In this video, we're going to take a look at section 3.3, inverse reverse. To begin, let's take a look at this equation. X plus 4 is equal to 19. Now, what we want to think about is the operation being performed on X. That's addition by 4. The inverse of this operation is subtraction by 4. If we were to subtract 4, we would be left with just X. Now, we can't do that on just one side of the equation. The golden rule says we have to do it to both sides. So, we're going to go ahead and subtract 4 from both sides. I'll then fill in the rest of the equation around it. Yep, plus 4 minus 4. That's going to cancel out. And we'll be left with X is equal to 15. Next, I want to take a look at another problem from a previous section. I want to take a look at the equation 5x is equal to 15. Now, again, we're going to be focusing on undoing or inverting the operations that are being performed on x. In this case, it's multiplication by 5. To inverse this, we are going to divide by 5. And we have to do that to both sides of the equation. So we'll fill in the rest of the equation around this. And we will have 5 divided by 5. That will give us 1. So it's 1 times x. And it's going to be equal to 3. Now, I want to take a look at a slightly different problem. The equation is 5x plus 4 is equal to 19. We're going to repeat what was just done here. If we subtract 4 from both sides, this will go away, and we'll be left with just 5x. And we know how to solve that. So the first thing we're going to do is subtract 4 from both sides. Okay, so we will have 5x on the left-hand side and 15 on the right-hand side. 5x equals 15. We know how to solve this. We're going to divide both sides by 5. And the result, just fill in the rest here, the result will be x is equal to 3. X equals 3 is the solution to this linear equation. And think a minute about what we did here. The first thing we did was get rid of the addition. And then we got rid of the multiplication. If we look at the order of operations, addition, then multiplication, we went backwards. And that's how you solve a problem like this. When we're solving, we follow the order of operations, but in reverse. First we get rid of the addition, then the multiplication, then any exponents, and then we handle what's in the parentheses. Reverse. Then, over here, 4 minus 4 is 0. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Inverse. So what we did right here was we performed the inverse operations in the reverse order. And that's how we're always going to solve a problem like this. Here's another example. We'll take a look at the equation 6x minus 8 is equal to 34. Now remember, inverse operations in the reverse order. So instead of going multiplication then addition, we're going to get rid of this addition first. And instead of subtracting 8, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to add 8. And again, we need to do that to both sides. We'll simplify this and we'll be left with 6x is equal to 42. Now there's only one operation left on x, that's 6. And we need to do the opposite of multiplying by 6, so we're going to divide by 6. Both sides. Again, we're following the golden rule every single time here. We have got to follow the golden rule. So we'll be left with x is equal to 7. And that's the solution to this equation. Okay. In general, if we have an equation like the ones we've had, where it's something times x plus something else is equal to a third thing, ax plus b is equal to c, 6x plus a negative 8 equals 34, 5x plus 4 is equal to 19. The solution will be x is equal to c minus b divided by a. For our previous problems, 5x plus 4 is equal to 19. X would be equal to 19 minus 4 divided by 5. And those are the exact operations we performed. 6x minus 8 is equal to 34. X is equal to 34 plus 8 minus a minus divided by 6. Again, this is minus a minus 8. Okay, let's take a look at another problem. In this case, we're going to have a little bit more going on than we did previously. Now we have some parentheses involved. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at what's inside the parentheses here, and we're going to handle it last. We're just going to work around it. We're going to get rid of the stuff that's going on outside the parentheses before moving in. And again, inverse operations in the reverse order. So adding 4 tells us to subtract 4 from both sides. We'll fill in the rest of the problem around that. And then we'll simplify and we'll get 6 times the quantity 1/5 x minus 3 is equal to 18. Now we've got multiplication by 6, so we are going to divide both sides of the equation by 6. It may take a little bit more time to write everything out like this, but I can tell that I'm doing the correct operations. It helps me. This will simplify to 1/5 x minus 3 is equal to 3. Now we've got an equation similar to those we've solved before. Minus 3, we're going to add 3 to both sides. So 1/5 x is going to be equal to 6. And instead of multiplying by 1/5 or dividing by 5, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides of this equation by 5. So 1/5 x and 6. These cancel, leaving 1. X is equal to 30. And that's our solution. Okay, that's it for section 3.3. See you next time.